We welcome you back to Moody Park here in Trenton for game number 2 of this Saturday afternoon doubleheader between the Trenton Generals and the New Jersey Kings. Generals took home game number 1 5-1. Game number 2 officially underway, with Chris Sasso ahead in the count 0-2 against Reed Lapicus.
What's my outfield? Left is right. No.
0-2 pitch. Little flare into shallow right field. Onto the outfield grass steps Jeremy Cheeseman to make the catch for out number 1.
Number 19,
Game number
center
2.
fielder J.D. Stemhagen.
It'll be Lapicus, Stemhagen, Sestuicki, Jaros, Whale Wanderer, Macario. That's 1 through 6 for the Kings. And they will be facing Joey Rappaport, starting left-handed pitcher for the Generals. Stemhagen hit 9th in game number 1. Bumped up to number 2 in the order, hit a triple in that game. Number 1, Sestuicki on deck. Sasso's 2-1 pitch on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Sasso, the rising sophomore at Arcadia, appeared in 11 games there this season, started all 11. Came up to a 3-2 overall record. Count now moves full. 4.63 ERA for the 6'3 left-hander this past spring. Full count pitch on the way. That one misses outside. It's a 1-out walk for J.D. Stemhagen.
Number 14, shortstop Justin Sestuicki.
Sestuicki, 3-hole hitter once again in game number 2. 2 hits for him in the previous contest. Takes up high for ball number 1. Once again playing shortstop as well. Waits for a 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-1. One offering is fouled back, and it's 1-2. Defense behind Sasso. We'll get to it in a minute after this offering here. As the runner takes off, that pitch is lined into left field. It'll get down for a base hit. Staying put at second is Stemhagen. It's a single for Sestuicki. They're 2 on with 1 out for the Kings here in game number 2.
Number 38, third baseman Ryan Jaros.
Jaros stepping in. Hit 5th for the Kings, bumped up to 4th in game number 2. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts back in game number 1. In the outfield for the Generals, left to right, it's right to Clerico Cole. Along the infield, Doran, Moat, Cheeseman, Cyprian, that's third to first, and Murphy does the catching for Chris Sasso. 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner, it's a ball and a strike.
Boy, they got some great names in the Yanni team.
Some notable changes for both of these squads, moving over from game 1 to 2. 1-1 pitch. Once again, Generals held on to a 5-1 win against the Kings in game number 1. Kings got out to an early lead in the first. RBI ground out but then a 3-run fourth for the Generals, and then a 2-run homer by Danny Cyprian. Is all the offense that Anthony St. John and McMurrin needed on the mound. Kind of a half-hearted swing. Coming up empty was Jaros. And now it's 2-2. Whale Wander waits on deck. The DH in game number 1, now playing catcher in game number 2. 2-2 offering. Big swing and a miss. Jaros down on strikes. There's 2 away here in the top half of the first.
Number 24, catcher Owen Whale Wander.
Whale Wander hit 7th in the previous contest. Rising sophomore who's gotten some playing time at Lehigh University. Early mound visit for the Generals. We'll take a quick break, be back with more first inning action here in game number 2 of the doubleheader. Quick visit, we resume play. It's 1-0, the count on Owen Whale Wander. 2 on, 2 out. And now 1-1 the count here in the top of the first inning. What's interesting about Whale Wander playing at Lehigh is he's one of 3 high school teammates who all attended the same high school, now playing at Lehigh. That pitch in the dirt. Whale Wander heading the count 2-1. Tommy Lamar, Anthony Gonzalez, and Owen Whale Wander all playing on the same high school baseball team, now all together at Lehigh University. He waits on a 2-1 pitch. Both runners take off. Throw will come down to third in plenty of time. Tag applied for out number 3. Beautiful throw by Murphy. Doran applies the tag. And Stemhay gets cut down trying to steal
no
third.
runs, 1 hit. There were no errors
Kings get
and
2
1
runners
left.
on, but
After 1
can't
half,
bring them home.
the Kings nothing.
At the end of the first
Generals
half of the inning,
coming to
it's
bat.
the Kings 0 and the Trenton Generals coming to bat. Jake DeClerico leads things off for the Generals in the bottom half of the first inning. Goes after the first pitch and laces one into right center field. That'll split the outfielders and roll all the way to the wall. DeClerico at second. He'll round there and head to third. The throw there won't even come to third. It's a leadoff stand-up triple for Jake DeClerico. Generals trying to pick up right where they left off in game number 1 offensively. DeClerico, the leadoff man in both games, starting things off
Number
in
6,
this one.
first
with a leadoff
baseman
triple.
Danny Cyprian.
And now Danny Cyprian, who popped that massive 2-run shot back in game number 1, steps into the box.
Yeah, that probably will help. Gotta take that.
That one is popped down the third base line. An opportunity
Wow, nice play. That was a nice
along the line, and a great catch is made by Jaros to reach over the fence and make the grab.
Number 17, the DH, Chris
So big out
Reeder.
number 1, and Reeder steps in for the Generals. Reeder, the catcher in game number 1, and moves to the DH in game number 2, still hitting third. Takes outside for ball 1. Joseph Rappaport, the pitcher for the Kings in game number 2. Went into his senior year at Rutgers University, Camden. 1-0 pitch, with DeClerico leading off a third.
Was Clark the coach at Camden?
Reeder had a triple in the first inning in game number 1.
No, there's like there's Junior Joe, there's lots
Waits
of
on a 2-0 pitch. Takes high, it's 3-0.
His dad was a kisser, man. I'll tell you what.
.3-0 pitch. Fouled out of play. Rappaport appeared in 8 games for Rutgers University Camden, started 4 of them, allowing 22 earned runs. 3-1 pitch is squib foul down the first base line. Count moves full. A tough showing. Those 22 earned runs came in 26 and 2/3 innings, so that amounts to a 7.42 ERA. But Rappaport was really solid a season ago in ACBL play, pitched to a 2.70 ERA. Contending with a leadoff triple by Jake DeClerico. Full count pitch, misses high. Reeder will jog down to first. Runners on the corners with 1 away. Here for the Generals in the bottom half of the first.
Number 7, right fielder Andrew Cole.
And base hit comes to Bogart. 3-0 GC.
Right fielder Andrew Cole into the lineup for the Generals in game number 2. Goes after the first pitch and smacks it into left center field. That one is over the head of everyone and a 1-hop off the wall. Scoring easily is DeClerico. Motoring into third is Reeder. Andrew Cole into second with an RBI double. Generals grab an early lead. It's 1-0.
Number 28, third baseman Mike Doran.
Cole had a terrific sophomore campaign at Lehigh and his first swing of the summer.
I was surprised he held him up to third.
A booming 2-run double. Now runners at second and third for Mike Doran, the third baseman. 1-0 the count.
Yeah.
Slow roller down the third baseline's foul.
He fell down coming out of the box. You can never trust him.
Yeah, it's just,
You just wave him in and he fall down halfway to home plate.
I mean, he hadn't even started his throw yet, and he was deep in the outfield. I thought it was a walk. I thought it was a walk down there.
Count even 1-1 on Mike Doran. Jeremy Cheeseman rates on deck, followed by Timmy Wright. That pitch sails outside. Throw behind the runner at third. And diving back safely is Chris Reeder.
I respect it and appreciate your attempts.
Yeah, that was a good try.
2-1 pitch to Dorn, catches the outside corner. Dorn going into a sophomore campaign at the college in New Jersey. Started 11 games for them this past spring. On a 2-2 pitch, Dorn squares it up into left field. Javiello under it, he'll make the catch. Tagging and heading home is Reeder. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's a sac fly for Mike Dorn. Chris Reeder comes across to score. Cole holds up at second, but it's 2-0 Trenton.
Number 8, second baseman Jeremy Cheeseman.
Puerto Rico, I like that.
So productive out for Mike Dorn, and it yields to Jeremy Cheeseman. Goes after the first pitch, bounces it to short, under the glove of Sestowiski and into left field. Cole being waved around. The throw to the plate gets by the catcher. Cheeseman will take off and head to second. As that one skipped past Will Wanderer.
Let's get the run up. Do that.
Now, a third run
Give him a single.
Give
for
him a
Trenton.
single, and then who made the throw?
We'll wait for an official ruling.
Number
That'll
19,
be air
left
for
fielder
Sestowiski.
Timmy Wright.
Slipped under his glove.
Well, but he doesn't go to second without.
Cheeseman will get credit for the single, advance to second on the throw. And yet another runner in scoring position. Now for Timmy Wright, making his season debut in left field. He'll send it to short. Sestowiski gloves. This one fires across in time to bring an end to inning number 1. But not before the Generals plate 3 runs on 3 hits and leave 1 runner left at the end of the first inning. It's the Trenton Generals 3 and the New
For the
Jersey
Generals
Kings
in the
nothing.
first.
Oh, and Will Wanderer leads things off in the top half of the second and smokes that one foul. Will Wanderer was the batter at the end of the top half of the first. As that bat was nullified due to a caught stealing attempt. Now with the Generals up top 3-0 in the top half of the second. That pitch in the dirt, 1-1.
57 curveball there. I think there are a few lights missing in the first inning at the top of the
1-1 pitch on the way. That one sails high and away. It's 1-1. 2-1, that is. It's a completely different story for the Generals here in game number 2 as we await the offering. That is fouled straight back. Generals didn't score until the 4th inning in game number 1. Don't waste any time. Put up a 3 spot in the bottom half of the first. These teams have been quite aggressive early on. Swinging early and counts. It's now 2-2. The count on Owen will wander. Sasso deals another foul ball straight back. Bounce to the left side. Gloving that is Doran, throwing across in time and getting Will Wander for out number 1 in the top half of the second inning.
Finally appearing for the Kings.
Number 2, first baseman, Justin Marcario.
Yay. And in the right spot in the order. It's a good day.
In steps Justin Marcario, first baseman for the Kings.
55-foot curveball. Thud on the ground as he give away up.
Sasso's 1-0 pitch. This is outside. 6, 7, 8 in the order right now for the Kings, who trail early 3-0.
Who and who? Oh yeah, Marcario, that's right.
After that last strike, 2-1. Sasso kicks and deals. That one misses upstairs. It's 3-1.
Oh, but he's on the squad.
Marcario, another product of the College of New Jersey. Big hack and a miss. Count now full of 3-2. Going into his junior season. A big year for him this season. Second team all NJAC shortstop. Playing first base for the Kings in game number 2 here this afternoon. 3-2 pitch at the top of the strike zone for a call at strike 3. Marcario thought he had ball 4. Instead, it's out number 2.
I have you down on Wednesday, right?
Number 4, left fielder, Michael Charavallo.
Michael Charavallo steps in the box for the first time this afternoon. The Bucknell commit playing left field. Takes the ball outside. Out of the Hunt School of Princeton. Charavallo waits on a 1-0 pitch and now sees the count go even at 1-1.
Where's the job?
9-inning game right here. You just need a good 4 or 5 innings.
Okay. Yeah. Penny Pacifica, which they made worse than it used to be, and that's really hard to imagine.
Foul tip into the glove
Got arrows on signs going
of Murphy. It's 2-2.
Nobody has any idea where to go.
Charavallo, 9 home runs for him last year at the Hunt School, which is a program record. This season, not too shabby either. A .405 batting average. Swatted 5 home runs on the campaign as well. Waits on the 2-2 pitch. Pokes it into right center field. Hustling after it is DeClerico, and he makes the running grab.
That was a good move to the ball.
That ball had some carry to it. DeClerico running it down in center field, putting it an end to the top half of the second.
They didn't change the end.
Nothing doing for the Kings in the top half
For
of the
the
second.
Kings
They
in the
still
second,
trail
no
the
runs,
Generals
no
early
hits,
on.
there were no
3-0
errors,
as we move ahead
and
to
none
the
left.
bottom half of the
After
second.
1.5, the Generals 3.
Griffin Murphy set to lead off things for the Generals. Their second time up bat, scored 3 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. Murphy doing the catching duties for the Generals in game number 2. Will be followed by Logan Moat, and then the top of the order. And the count 2-0. Now 3-0. No walks for Rappaport in the top half of the first, but Generals are able to square up several offerings, now 3-1. The Arcadia junior Griffin Murphy draws a 5-pitch walk, and in steps Logan Moat.
Number 3, shortstop Logan Moat.
In game number 1, it was Logan's twin brother Christian getting the start at shortstop for the Gens. In game number 2, it's Logan as he grounds this one too short. Could be tough to turn 2. On to second for 1, and they won't even try it at first. So they get 1 on the fielder's choice. Logan Moat will reach one way here in the bottom half of the second, with Jake DeClerico
Number
stepping in
2,
for his second
center
at bat.
fielder Jake DeClerico.
Clerico ripped a leadoff triple in the bottom half of the first inning. Pickoff attempt here on Logan Moat. Made a nice running catch to end the top half of the second. Second straight contest, he's at leadoff. Leaves that first pitch go, it's 1-0. Clerico stole 4 bases last season in the 10 games he played in the ACBL, but in a small sample size, it doesn't really give you a sense of his speed. I'd imagine stolen base is going to be the forefront of his game this summer. That pitch finds his own, it's 1-1. Generals stole 3 bases back in game number 1. We're 3 for 4 in stolen base attempts. 1-1 pitch to DeClerico. Big hack and a miss. It's 1-2. Danny Cyprian on deck. 3-0. Trenton Generals over the Kings. Game number 2 of this Saturday doubleheader. Once again, they'll check in on Logan Moat. Moat's senior season of high school, stole 11 bags, and they're paying particular close attention to him. That same senior season, he had 348 on after the fielder's choice. 1-2 pitch, fouled straight back. Clerico stays alive. Rappaport deals on another 1-2 pitch. That one sails high. It's 2-2. Again, Rappaport, a terrific ACBL season for him last season. Started 6 games, appeared in 12 total. Pitched to a 2.70 ERA. Clerico able to check his swing on that ball in the dirt, and now it's a full count.
Did you ever come on the left of
17 walks for Rappaport last season. It was a leadoff walk to Murphy. He risks walking to Clerico here with Cyprian on deck.
Closer to a 4 than a 3.
3-2 pitch with Moat taking off, swing and a miss. The throw down to second is low, but on the money. Nice job by Lapicus. Moat's slide was well short of second. And he is tagged out.
85 feet is not going to cut it.
So strike him out, throw him out, double play. Ends the Generals half of the second inning. We're moving right along
For
to
the
the top
Generals
of the
in the
third.
second,
It's
no
still
runs,
3-0
no hits.
Trenton.
There were no errors, and
Connor Wood, the right fielder for the Kings, sends that first pitch from Sasso out of play to begin the top half of the third. Wood, another member of the College of New Jersey's baseball team. Quickly 0-2.
Billy told me
Over the past two seasons, he's appeared in 5 games, 3 this past season, heading into his junior season now. TCNJ a strong year. Wood making his first appearance of the season. 1-2 pitch on the way. That pitch is right there for a call. It's strike 3. Sasso moving
number
quickly from the
12,
bottom
DH,
part
Connor Stokowski.
of this Kings order. It'll be Stokowski and then the top of the order. Check swing on the first pitch. He went around.
only score one run on a double with 2 guys on. Somebody got thrown out somewhere.
Stokowski from Rowan University heading into his sophomore season. He takes inside a ball and a strike.
3-1. They had been on first and third, and somebody hit a
Appeared in
double.
just 1 game this season at Rowan.
4-1.
A 262 hitter his senior year of high school.
Except the guy on second.
That pitch skips low. It's 2-1.
Got thrown out. Yeah, probably.
Big swing comes up empty. It's 2-2. Lepikas waits on deck. Sessa looking for his second straight strikeout. Stokowski spoils it though. It's only the 3rd inning, but if the Generals can get a solid performance from Sasso like they did St. John, that'd be a terrific start to the season on the mound. That pitch just misses. It's a full count. John going 5 strong in game number 1. Just the 1 earned run. Full count pitch. Ties him up inside. Stokowski comes up empty. Second straight strikeout, and they're 2 away here in the 3rd.
Number 13, second baseman Reed Lepikas.
Reed Lepikas steps in.
I think you got, remember saying anything about runners going out there? I don't think
First pitch misses though. We talked about how terrific of a season Lepikas had at Vassar this past year. That included his 100th career hit. Now going into his senior campaign, lines that one right at Mike Dorn, who gloves it. for out number 3.
For the Kings in the
Sessa
third, no
carving
runs,
through
no
this
hits.
Kings lineup
There were no
thus
errors
far.
and none left.
Through 3
After
shutout
2.5,
innings.
the Generals
Moving
3,
along to
the
the bottom
Kings
half of
1.
the third, it's still a 3-0 Generals lead.
Wow.
The Generals still up 3-0. Danny Cyprian begins the bottom half of the third by popping that one down the right field line, heading into foul territory. Wood runs out of room. Rappaport back to work for his third inning of work. 3 earned runs back in the first. Nothing in the second, though. We talked about Cyprian's value as a versatile player, and you get a sense of it. Game number 1 at third base. Game number 2 now playing first base. Could see him on the mound later as well. Guy whose fastball velocity has touched 92 miles per hour and can even run a 6.79 60. So there's not much that he doesn't do on a baseball field. And that versatility really important. Behind on that one, flight into no man's man down the left field line, and it falls for a base hit. Cyprian will turn and head to second. The throw there is not in time.
Good slide, heads up play.
Heads up base running by Danny Cyprian on a tough play. That ball flight into no man's land. It's a leadoff double, and now Chris Reeder steps in
Number
the box.
17, the DH, Chris Reeder.
Same thing, the screening liner off the wall.
Reeder scored a run his last time up.
Second baseman was not in a great position to receive that throw. He was like 3 feet in back of the bag.
Yeah.
1 on, no one out, bottom half of the third. Reeder the DH in game number 2. It's Griffin Murphy getting the start behind the plate for the Generals. Generals doing some solid catching options. You have Reeder, Murphy, and then Brandon Bucher as well, the Monmouth commit. 3 solid options behind the dish.
Is that what he's done? He'll be playing for Mike Russo, who's moved to Monmouth this year. So that's it.
Rappaport checks Cyprian and then delivers outside to Chris Reeder. Andrew Cola, that booming RBI double, waits on deck. That pitch misses outside as Cyprian dances off the second. Rappaport has faced traffic in each of the 3 innings he's pitched in thus far. The leadoff double, 2-1 now the count on Chris Reeder, who bounces that one up the middle. Sestolecki ranges to his left and fires in time to first. Moving to third on the throw is Cyprian. A productive out. Runner 90 feet away with Andrew Cole coming to the plate.
Number 7, right fielder, Andrew Cole.
Cole, the RBI double his last time up. A guy who started in 35 games for Lehigh this season. That ball gets to the backstop. Cyprian crosses the plate to make it 4-0 Trenton.
So you can think a scoreboard can't add. That actually
Base is now empty for Cole headed into his junior year at Lehigh.
New math.
Cyprian scoring the game's 4th run, and it's quickly 2-0 on Cole. Now straight back. Cole tallied 12 multi-hit games this season. Included 3 3-hit performances, finished the year hitting .309, and he popped 9 round trippers as well. Brought that slugging percentage up to .593. The 2-1. Out in front there, it's 2-2. Nobody on, 1 out, 4-0 Generals. Bottom half of the 3rd. Off the end of the bat into left field. Hangs up for Charavallo, and there are 2 away.
Number 28, third baseman, Mike
Dorn.
Dorn.
A sac fly his first time up, steps into the box. First pitch misses, it's 1-0.
I think I say his name. I think I what's his name in Walton.
Count even now at 1-1. Dorn, the MVP of his team's senior year of high school, now at TCNJ, where he started 11 games this past season as a freshman. Playing baseball at Allentown High School before he moved on to the College of New Jersey. Waits on a 2-1 pitch. Skies it into center field. Stemhagen settles under it and makes the grab to put an end to inning number 3. Generals scratch across another one on the wild pitch.
For the
Danny
Generals
Cyprian came
in the
across the
3rd,
score.
1 run on 1 hit. There were no
Now
errors
4-0
and none left.
as we
After
move ahead
3,
to the
the
top
Generals
half of the
4,
4th
the
inning.
Kings
In
nothing.
game number 2 of the doubleheader here this Saturday afternoon.
JD Stemhagen.
Another run on the board for Chris Sasso. He begins inning number 4 facing J.D. Stemhagen, who promptly fouls the first pitch back. Stemhagen, Sestowicki, Jars 2-3-4 for the Kings in inning number 4 as they look for score their first run in game number 2. 0-2 the count on Stemhagen. Walked his first time up. 0-2 pitch. Can't locate the zone. It's 1-2. Just one hit for the Kings so far. That was Sestawicki back in inning number 1. 1-2 offering to Stemhagen in the dirt. It's 2-2. Stemhagen finished up elite play senior year this past spring, hitting .413. That included 7 RBIs and 9 runs scored. It was down at Trinity Episcopal High School in Richmond, Virginia. Now a full count pitch. And on the hands, fouls it back. And Stemhagen will attend Manhattan College. Good battle here against Sasso, and he works a full count walk. Leadoff runner on for the Kings, and in steps Sestawicki.
Number 14, shortstop, Justin Sestawicki.
Yeah, if I get a good story for you,
Singled his first time, 2 hits for him in game number 1. And he takes high for ball number 1. You got to imagine that throughout this season, Sestawicki is going to be a huge part of this Kings offense, especially hitting third. Anytime you see a UNC player, obviously going to garner some attention, but he's already shown his talent. 3 hits across the 2 games. As Sasso checks in on Stemhagen. Sestawicki can drive in some runs. It's really going to bolster this Kings offense. Looking to scratch across their first run of game number 2. A mile-high pop-up behind home plate. Murphy gives it a look, and it falls down into his glove for out number 1.
Really nice job by the catcher.
Job to be able to track that in what was a mile-high pop-up. So Sestawicki's retired.
Number 38, third baseman, Ryan Jaros.
And Ryan Jarrow steps to the plate for the second time this afternoon. Struck out back in inning number 1, 1 on, 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Flare down the right field line that heads out of play. Wellwander waits on deck. 1-1 pitch here from Sasso. Hit into center field. DeClario takes a few steps back, makes the catch, and retires Jaros for out number 2.
Number 24, catcher, Owen Whalewander.
Two-way, in steps Wellwander. Stemhagen still on first with the leadoff walk. Wellwander one of 3 catching options for the Kings, with Andrew Lombardi, who got the start in game number 1. Connor Wood, another one. Both Wood and Wellwander in the lineup in this game number 2. Wellwander behind the plate.
Up as a count.
Sasso throws over, checks on Stemhagen. Sasso delivers, and Wellwander fouls another pitch back. And the Kings have managed just one hit through 3 2/3 innings. 2 walks as well. Mixed in by Stemhagen. He takes off for second. The throw there skips in, not in time. It's a stolen base for Stemhagen, first of the afternoon for the Kings. Count even at 2-2. RBI situation for Wander. The hands pops it up along the Kings dugout, and another nice catch made by Murphy. No hits for the Kings. They leave a runner on as we move ahead to the bottom of the fourth. They're still looking for their first run. It's 4-0 Generals.
There were no errors.
And a 1 left after 3.5.
Jeremy Cheeseman steps into the box with Joey Rappaport back out there for his 4th inning of work. Action in the bullpen for the Kings.
It'd actually be nice if you just moved Reed to the first base.
Quickly 2-0.
It's just a position change.
Walks haven't been a huge issue for Rappaport, but he's thrown a lot of pitches and he's gotten behind in the count, as is the case here against Cheeseman. And now it's 3-0. Cheeseman a base hit his last time up. Looks the 3-0 pitch, and it's a called strike 1. Timmy Wright, Griffin Murphy, and Logan Moat set to follow Jeremy Cheeseman, who foul tips that one into the glove of Wander. It's 3-2. From 3-0, now 3-2, Rappaport deals. Cut on and miss, strike 3. Nice job by Rappaport to battle back and retire Cheeseman for out number
19, left fielder, Timmy Wright.
Timmy Wright steps into the box. Grounded short his first time up. Right in his 2nd season at County College of Morris. Now heading into his junior season. 1-0 pitch. Dips low, it's 2-0. A solid season for him last year, .333. That was his freshman campaign. And now 2nd straight time it's gone to 3-0 here for Rappaport. 3-0 pitch, check swing. It's a called strike anyways.
on the strikes. He just lets-
4 runs on 4 hits for the Kings. And now he battles back to 3-2. Second straight time Rappaport's fallen behind 3-0. To then come back to 3-2. He struck out Cheeseman. Now 3-2. The pitch to Timmy Wright. Skied into center field. Stemhagen charges in, makes the call and the catch for out number 2.
Number 9, catcher Griffin
It's
Murphy.
mostly been a cloudy afternoon, but the sun has come out. Outfielders having to contend with that a little bit. As Griffin Murphy steps into the box for the second time. Drew a walk his first time up. Tips that pitch straight back. For Arcadia this season, Murphy hit .211, starting 24 games. A little over half of the games he played in. Drove in 12 runs as well. Started 25, though, in his freshman campaign. Actually hit .328 as a freshman at Arcadia. 1-2 pitch to him. Doesn't catch the zone. It's 2-2. Logan Moto on deck. It's a 2-2 offering from Rappaport. Murphy just reaches out and pokes it foul. Another 2-2 offering. On the outside corner. Murphy locked up. Called strike 3 for out number 3. A
For the
solid inning
Generals
for
in the
Rappaport.
fourth, no
3 up,
runs, no
3
hits.
down,
There
including
were no
2
errors
strikeouts.
and none left. After
Kings
4,
still
the
trail
Generals
by
4,
4, though.
the Kings nothing.
Heading into the top of the 5th, Generals on top, 4-0.
Leading off for the Kings, first
Danny
baseman
Cyprian
number
takes
2,
over on the
Justin
mound for the
Marcario.
Generals as we get set for the top half of the 5th inning. First pitch on target for strike number 1. Slow roller to second. Backhanded there by Cheeseman. Throw over to McNeely now at first base in time. So McNeely now at first base. He'll hit third.
Number 4,
And
left fielder Michael
Cyprian
Jarabella.
moving from first base to the mound. As Saravello steps in. Fly out to center field his first time up. And if you're the Generals, can't really have asked much more of your starting pitchers. St. John and Sasso combined 9 innings today, just 1 run. Saravello waits on a 1-1, and that sails outside. We already talked about the versatility of Cyprian. In just 2 games, he's already played 3 different positions. Started at third, game number 1. Began this game at first, now on the mound. Brings the count even to 2-2. That one's in the dirt now, a full count. Caravello, the Bucknell commit, will wait on this full count pitch from Danny Cyprian. Lines that one up the middle for a 1-out base hit.
Number 87, right fielder, Connor Wood.
That's what people are accustomed to seeing from Caravello at the Hun School. A guy who can basically hit anywhere 1 through 4 in that lineup. Connor Wood swings at the first pitch, chops it to third. Doran goes the long way to first and retires Wood. Moving up to second was Caravello. 2 away. With a runner in scoring position.
Number 12,
And
the
that brings
DH,
up
Connor
9-hole hitter,
Stokowski.
Connor Stokowski. Caravello's base hit, just the second hit for the Kings in game number 2. As Murphy will head out to mound to chat things over with Cyprian. Cyprian looking for a shutdown inning out of the pen. Caravello starts, then stops. That one's flared into right field. It'll drop in front of Cole for a base hit. Caravello being waved around. The throw to the plate is cut off. It's an RBI single for Connor Stokowski. Kings on the board. They trail 4-1.
Number 13, second baseman, Reed Lepegas.
So the bottom of the order producing a run for the Kings. Caravello, the leadoff single. Excuse me, the 1-out single, that is. Moved to second on the fielder's choice by Connor Wood. And then Stokowski, the little flare into right, scoring him. Kings on the board for the first time today. It's 4-1, and Reed Lepegas in the top of the order. And the count 2-0. He lines that one foul down the right field line. Now 3-1 on Lepegas as he takes outside. Stemagan, who's walked twice this afternoon in game number 2, waits on deck. Behind on that one, popped into shallow right field. Andrew Cole makes the catch, retiring the side here in the top half of the inning.
For the Kings,
But up
in
before
the
the
fifth,
Kings
one
get
run
on
on
the
2
board,
hits.
they
There
score
were
a
no
run on
errors
2
and
hits.
1 left.
And they leave a man
After
on
4.5,
first.
the Generals
Heading
4,
to the bottom
the
half
Kings
of the
1.
5th inning, it's the Generals still up by 3, 4-1. Logan Moat will begin the bottom half of the 5th inning. Rolls over, that one foul. Rappaport still in the game for the Kings. Pitched a solid 4th inning. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. By far his best inning yet. Count now even 1-1 on Moat. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. That one finds the corner. It's 1-2. Top of the order, and Jake DeClerico on deck. Now 2-2 on Logan Moat. Him and his brother have been a middle infield duo throughout their whole lives. Splitting the starts at shortstop as that one splits the zone. Logan Moat down looking. It will not be DeClerico coming to the plate. It'll be Derek Smith, the pinch hitter.
Pinch hitting for the Generals, number 15, Derek Smith.
Smith hit 4th for the Generals in game number 1. Replacing DeClerico, who finished 1 for 2 in game number 2, including a leadoff triple, scored the game's first run. 0-1 on Derek Smith. Check swing, 0-2. Smith played right field in game number 1. Presumably stay in there to play center with Cole in right field in game number 2. Last pitch miss high, now 1-2. Rappaport delivers to Smith, who goes chumming in the dirt, comes up empty. 2 straight strikeouts to begin the 5th. And Danny Cyprian
Number 6,
steps up to
the
the
pitcher, Danny Cyprian.
Yes.
Cyprian now on the mound.
Pitcher.
Allowed to run in the top half of the 5th. Chances away from that one. It's 1-0. 1 for 2 in game number 2 is Cyprian as he takes strike 1. A little flare into left field that he turned into a double. Heads up base running his last time up. 1-1 offering in on the hands and flared into left field. Another base hit for Cyprian. He's on with 2 away. No.
Number 5, first baseman, Aiden McNally.
Cyprian's 2 hits in game number 2. Certainly not 2 of the hardest hit balls you're going to see him hit, especially when you compare him with that home run he launched in game number 1, but he'll take it. Keeps the inning alive for Aiden McNeely, who replaces Chris Reeder. Reeder racked up 2 hits between games 1 and 2. McNeely started at first, hit second in game number 1, and racked up a 1 for 4 performance his first at bat in game number 2. Waits the 1-0 pitch and lines that one into center field. It'll hang up though for Stemhagen, who makes a nice sliding grab to bring an end to inning number 5.
For the Generals in the 5th,
Back-to-back shutout innings for
1 hit.
Rappaport.
There were no errors
Keeping his
and
team
1
in it.
left. After 5,
We head to the top
Generals
of the 6th.
4,
It's 4-1
the Kings
Trenton.
1.
We get the short version because 2 innings later.
Off of that nice catch in center field. To end the 5th inning, J.D. Stemhagen steps into the box for his 3rd at-bat. Has walked both in the 1st and the 3rd innings, also stole a base. Oh, excuse me, swing. Now 1-1 the count. We've seen Stemhagen hit 9th in Game 1, 2nd in Game 2. Interesting to see moving forward how they choose to use him. Definitely plenty of speed at the top of that order. And hit .413 in league play in his high school season.
87, okay.
And works the count to 3-1. With Sestuecki on deck.
87 state champs. Went to Mid-Atlantic Regional somewhere.
Taking on 3-1 and draws his 3rd walk
Kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
in
That's
this
a great
2nd
story.
game of the doubleheader.
How about that?
JD's calling Mr. Freeman and Mr. Giolella. And he's like, they're going to come out and try to come some games this summer.
Mound visit here. Cyprian came in
Yeah.
last inning in relief of Sasa, who twirled 4 shutout innings.
Yeah, with the board
Pitched a
down,
fairly
he
solid 5th.
apparently worked last year, still, I'm not
Allowed a
gonna
run,
say
but
he anymore.
That was on a bloop single by Stokowski. Nonetheless, a base hit.
A few weeks ago, after this, he's still on.
But it's a leadoff walk with the heart of the Kings order now up in Sestuecki.
Time to step back
1
and
for
stuff a
2.
little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he steps down from being
In
the
game
best
number
leading
2.
guy, fear for the future.
Stemhagen leading off at first. He's off and running. Pitch misses high. Throw down to second is low. And sails past the outstretched glove of Cheeseman. Second stolen base for Stemhagen.
Well, I'm wondering if GC's won and they just haven't posted the last couple of pitches. Okay, because that's they do that.
What a job he's done to get on base and advance into scoring position. 3 walks, 2 stolen bases.
It'll finish.
Sestuecki fouls that one away. Behind first base, McNeely giving chase. That landed just foul of the first baseline in right field. Would have been a tough play. Landed right along the right field line. Foul ball evens the count at 1-1. Generals lead the Kings 4-1, about hitting 5-3 here in the top half of the 6th. 1 on, no one out. Good pitch there from Cyprian. It's Sestuecki to bite. It's 1-2. Plenty of velocity from Cyprian. It's crazy to think you see him on the mound that he can also hit the moonshots like he did in game number 1. Fires that one in. Doesn't get the call. It's 2-2. Charleston Wilwander behind Sestuecki. That pitch sails to the backstop. That'll allow Stemhagen to advance to 3rd. It also moves the count to full. Jen's still up by 3, but don't want to give the Kings any breathing room here in the top half of the 6th. Full count pitch to Sestuecki. A shot to short. A run will score as Moak completes the play to first. Stemhagen comes across to score. Now 4-2. A productive out for Sestuecki. And there's 1 away here in the top half of the 6th.
Number 38, third baseman Ryan Jaros.
So Kings inching back into this one. An RBI single by Stokowski back in the 5th. And an RBI ground out by Sestuecki here in the 6th. No one on, 1 away. And Jaros takes outside, 1-1. And a great job by Stemhagen to draw his 3rd walk of the game, steal 2nd, and then advance to 3rd on the wild pitch. It's a 2-1 count for Ryan Jaros. He swings and shoots that one into right center field. That one is into the gap and should be extra bases. It'll take a hop over the wall, so Jarvis will have to stop at second. He's on with the ground rule double, and this Kings offense starting to find its groove.
What's their first hit this inning or their second?
That was the Kings' fourth hit
First hit.
Okay, that's what
in game number 2.
shit I'm on.
3 of them have come against Cyprian since he entered in relief of Sasso.
Number 24, catcher Owen Whalewander.
An RBI situation for Owen Whalewander. Jarvis now at second. Tapped behind home plate, 0-1.
All right.
Yeah, man.
No one holding on. Jaros at second. 1-1 pitch is grounded up the middle. A get through for a base hit. Jaros being waved around. Ball is bobbled in center field by Smith. It's an RBI single for Owen Wellwander, and it's a one-run game, 4-3. Kings down by just a run.
Number 2, first baseman Justin Marcario.
Marcario up to bat with Wellwander on at first. Comes up empty on the 0-0 pitch, 0-1.
Probably got it.
Oravio, who scored the Kings' only run prior to this sixth inning, waits on deck. A pitch rifled outside. It's 1-1. It's now even at 5. Kings trail by just a run. Top half of the sixth inning. Nice breaking pitch in there for a strike. And all started by a leadoff walk by J.D. Stemhagen. That is fouled off the foot of Macario. Now 2 strikes, 1 and 2. Still only 1 out here in the top half of the sixth. Even if Cyprian can escape this inning without surrendering any more runs, still a much more ideal situation for the Kings, now trailing by just a run. Just able to get a piece of that, remains 1 and 2. Another 1-2 offering from Cyprian. Grounded to second. Flip it to Moat for 1. Back to first. It's a double play. 4-6-3. Cheeseman to Moat to McNeely. Cyprian pitches out of trouble.
2 runs on
Limits the
2
damage
hits.
to 2
There were
runs,
no
but the
errors
Kings
and
very
none
much
left
back in this
after
game.
5 1/2.
They trail by
The Generals
just a
4,
run,
the
heading to the
Kings
bottom
3.
half of the sixth inning. Chris Kaponis will take over
And leading off
here
for
for the
the
Kings
Generals,
in the bottom
right
half
fielder,
of the
number
sixth.
7, Andrew Cole.
He'll face Cole to begin the bottom half of the inning. Kaponis, the 6'4" lefty out of FDU. Pitched in 17 games for them this season, started one of them in his first year as a freshman. 1-0 pitch. Cole holds off, it's 2-0. Didn't have a ton of success. 10.89 ERA, went 1-3. Pitched a total of 19 innings and racked up 16 Ks. 2-0 pitch, in there for a called strike one. So Rappaport wound up going 5 innings, allowed 4 runs, would be in line for their loss. As that one is lined into left field, it's a leadoff base hit for Andrew Cole to begin the bottom half of the 6th. He tallies his second hit of the afternoon.
Number 28, third baseman, Mike Doring.
Brings up Mike Doran. Briefly back to Rappaport. It was interesting to see Few had pitched that 5th inning. Even though he surrendered 4 runs, he was able to actually sustain himself throughout the 5th inning, despite getting into high pitch counts and allowing those 3 runs in the 1st inning. A lot of high pressure situations, but he was able to turn in a fairly decent performance, all things considered. It's 4-3 Trenton. As Doran comes up empty on that 0-2 hack, 1 away. Bottom half of the 6th, 4-3 Trenton. Cole remains on first after the leadoff single. As Tomasetta will come in and pinch hit for Jeremy Cheeseman.
Nick Tomasetta.
Tomasetta racked up 2 hits
Pitch
in
hitting
the
for the
first
Generals,
game.
number 23,
Played
Nick
second base.
Tomasetta.
And it'll replace Cheeseman at second base, who finished his game number 2, 1 for 2. 1-0 the count with Cole leading off of first. That pitch moves outside, 2-0. Generals could be trying to regain some of those insurance runs lost in the 6th. Just a 1-run lead. 3-0 the count on Nick Tomasetta. That misses outside, a 4-pitch pinch hit walk for Nick Tomasetta. 2 on and only 1 away. As Timmy Wright steps into the box
Number
for the
19,
3rd time
left
this
fielder,
afternoon.
Timmy Wright.
Ground out and a fly out thus far. Kaponis misses that one as well. Kaponis at 5 varsity letters throughout his high school tenure. Big swing and a miss, 1-1. Good bounce back pitch from the big lefty. So it's easy to see why, even as a freshman, FDU turned to him mostly out of the bullpen this season, but even making a start as a freshman. His first appearance here in the ACBL. That 1-1 pitch is in there for a called strike 2. 1-2, 1 out. And runners on first and second for the Generals, who lead this one 4-3, last of the 6th. 1-2 offering. Dips low, it's 2-2. Griffin Murphy waits on deck, then Logan Moat. Now a 2-2 pitch to Timmy Wright. That one definitely outside, now a full count.
I'm not even arguing that.
Bonus in his first inning work out of the bullpen. Delivers on a full count pitch, which misses well outside to load the bases. With Murphy coming up.
Number 9, catcher Griffin Murphy.
Kings will bring the corners in here with the bases loaded, one away. Trailing by a run, 4-3. Murphy watches that first pitch in there for a called strike one. A walk and a strikeout for Murphy. Slaps that one foul out of play. Vote on deck, followed by Derek Smith, who replaced Jake DeClerico at the top of the order. It'll be an 0-2 pitch to Murphy. Can't get him there now, 1-2. These two teams will play a doubleheader again tomorrow. Trenton trying to sweep it today after taking game one. Kings trying to muster a late rally. Trail 4-3. The 1-2 pitch, spoiled by Murphy. Another offering on 1-2 is slapped down the right field line. That's a fair ball headed into the corner. 1 run scores. Here comes another run. Murphy into second with a double. As holding up at third is Timmy Wright. It's a 2 RBI double for Griffin Murphy. Some insurance runs for the Generals. They now lead 6-3.
Number 3, shortstop Logan Moat.
That ball just barely managed to stay fair. Still only 1 away. Kings will now bring the entire infield in. And those 2 insurance runs, or 2 runs they got back, I should say, in the top of the 6th. Now go by the wayside. As the Generals get him right back on the 2 RBI double by Griffin Murphy. First pitch to Moat is fouled straight back. Murphy's first hit of the season, a big one. Scoring both Cole and Tomasetto. Timmy right now at third. Murphy at second. Moat at the plate with a 1-1 count and 1 away. 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. Derek Smith, top of the order, waits on deck. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. There is action for Trenton in the bullpen. We'll see if Cyprian comes out in the top half of the 7th. Moat spoils that one. Still 1-2. Capona steals on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Moat frustrated with that one. He's down on strikes.
Number
Now
15,
2 away
Derek Smith.
in the bottom half of the 6th. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Smith came in back in the 5th inning, pinch hit for Jake DeClerico. Stayed in the game in center field and takes a first pitch strike. Two runners in scoring position. For the Dickinson senior comes up empty, quickly 0-2. Trying to get out of the inning is Kaponis. The 0-2 pitch. Smith able to check his swing. It's now 1-2. Cyprian waits on deck, then McNeely. Trent can keep the line moving. Behind on that one, foul down the third baseline. That'll head out of play. Smith looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Worked a 1-2 count. That one misses inside. Now even at 2-2. Smith able to lay off now a full count. A base hit could possibly score 2. Murphy, the catcher, on at second. More importantly, could put this game out of reach. Here in the last of the 6. Kaponis wins the battle, though. Blows that one by Smith, but not before the Generals,
in the
get
6th,
those
2
2
runs
runs
on
back.
2 hits. There were no errors and 2
Now
left.
back up
After
by 3.
6, the Generals
Heading to the
6,
top half of
the
the
Kings
7th.
3.
Do or die situation for the Kings. They trail 6-3 as we move along to the top of the 7th.
Defensive change staying in the game at second base is Nick Tomasetto.
Kevin Kinks on to close things out for the Generals.
Leading off for the Kings, left fielder, number 4, Michael Charavello.
First pitch to Taravallo. In there for a called strike 1. Cyprian exits. He pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 earned runs. The Kinks in there to try and shut the door. Give the Generals a sweep of the doubleheader here on Saturday. Kinks had a new Egypt PA going into his sophomore campaign at Arcadia. 1-1.
We are not taking credit for New Egypt in our state.
Pitched in 5 innings at Arcadia this season. Allowed 12 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Foul tip into the glove of Murphy. It's 2-2. Caravillo got the whole scoring started
15.6.
for the Kings back in the 5th inning. Line drive single up the middle. Sikowski scored him on a base hit himself. Only scored a run in the 5th, did the Kings, but that led to 2 more than in the 6th. The Generals answered in the bottom half. Full count pitch. Lay straight back. 7, 8, 9 for the Kings here in the top half of the 7th. Another 3-2 pitch. Another pitch spoiled away. Kings trying to record out number 1. Deals on 3-2 and misses inside.
I thought that was a strike. I did too. Gave up with it.
Review on with a leadoff walk.
Number 87, right fielder Connor Wood.
Wood now steps in. There goes Caravillo. Pitches a strike, throw down to second. Sails into center field. Smith will back it up, but it's a successful stolen base. And now a runner in scoring position for the Kings.
Strike.
Is this right?
Yeah.
What do you call one a swing?
No. Maybe it wasn't a strike.
Yeah, I just looked you over the inside.
After not using the previous one.
Wood flies that one into center field. Smith on his horse. He'll make the catch. Tagging his Caravillo. He'll tag and head to third. Nice job by Wood to move the runner up another 90 feet.
The out is important.
Number 12, the DH,
And give
Connor
way to
Stokowski.
Connor Stokowski. RBI single his last time up. At the time was the Kings' first run of game number 2 of the doubleheader. 1 on and 1 out as this pitch is grounded up the middle, smothered by Moat. Gets to his feet, fires to first in time to retire Stokowski on a beautiful play. A run will come across to score. Great play, though, by Logan Moat to keep Stokowski off of first.
Number 13, second baseman Reed Lapicus.
And bring the Kings down to their final out. It's the leadoff man, Reed Lapicus.
That was really close. I don't know if he how to say it, to be honest with you.
Generals now up 6-4.
Can certainly field the ball.
That was nice.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a replay on that. That
1-0, 2 out. Pitch to Lapicus is in there for a strike.
Not to mention nobody said it.
Sasso would get credit for the win. He went 4 strong, didn't allow a single run, just 1 hit. Rappaport would take the loss.
Yeah, I don't think they've had enough. Oh, yeah.
As that one misses inside, drills Lapicus in what looks like the arm, and the inning will continue for the Kings.
Number 19, center fielder J.D. Stemhagen.
It's now J.D. Stemhagen who has reached base in all 3 at-bats here in game number 2. That includes 2 stolen bases. He lines that one into center field. Smith moving back, settles under it, makes the grab, bringing this one to an end. A successful first down for the Trenton Generals. They take both games
For
of
the
this
Kings in the
Saturday
7th,
doubleheader.
1 run, no hits. There were no
Winning the
errors and
second
1 left.
contest
Your final
6-4
score in game number 2 this
against the New
afternoon.
Jersey
The Generals
Kings.
6, the Kings 4.
144.
These two will be back at it tomorrow afternoon. where Trenton will look to claim victory once again after 2 successful and convincing victories here this afternoon.
Final line score for game number 2 this afternoon
Once
for
again,
the
Trenton winning
Generals. 6
6
runs,
to 4
7
over the
hits, and
New
no
Jersey
errors.
Kings, taking
For the
games
Kings,
1
4
and
runs,
2 this
5 hits,
afternoon.
and 1 error.
That'll wrap it
Time
up
of our
for us
game, 1 hour
this afternoon.
and
Thank you
44
so
minutes.
much for tuning in. Until
And
tomorrow,
just
this
a
is Corey
reminder,
Miller
these two
signing
teams will
off.
be back at it tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. We have a doubleheader starting at 12 o'clock right here at Moody Park.